Well, I'd better go down there and get somebody let me run that damn trailer.
Well, my father came here from France as a young man, 16 years old, in 1929, and he went to herd sheep in Nevada, and it was a pretty tough conditions, but it was the beginning of the Depression, and he was in a what they call a teepee, which is you don't have a sheep camp on wheels, you just have a like a bell tent. It's kind of like triangular, and all your possessions were on a burro. You had your bedroll, your tent, your food, your pots and pans, your water bags, whatever else. That poor little burro would pack that around, and he'd go with the sheep just natural. And then when you came to a spot you wanted to stop, you cut your burro and set up your teepee. And they cooked a Dutch oven style. They dig a hole in the ground and get a big pile of brush, burn it, and the brush would make hot coals. And then you'd put your Dutch oven with the food in it, even make bread that way, wonderful bread. And they would put it in the ground and covered up with these hot coals all around it and over the top, underneath and over the top. And then they would put dirt over that Dutch oven, not pack it, just put it over. And heavens, you come back 5, 6, 7 hours later, pull that out of the ground, dust clean off the top of the Dutch oven. It had such a lid, big heavy cast iron lid. Clean it off very delicately with a broom, and they'd pull that lid off, and you had a wonderful meal. He was there for 8 years, making $50 a month, which was really pretty good wages in those days, because there were a lot of people, the old saying, another day, another dollar. But they made better than that because they worked for a good outfit. And he was there for 8 years, and you didn't get paid until you quit. So he didn't get paid until he drew his wages 8 years later. He went to Utah and worked for his cousin, who had a sheep outfit out of Ogden, for 4 more years. And he was there, and he did basically the same type of thing, but it was his cousin, and he was always wanting him to go there to work for him, and he gave him his word that he would go. And the outfit in Nevada wanted him to stay there. They were going to make him a partner because they really liked him. But he said, I promised to go there, and I can't break my promise. My word is, my word is my bond, and I've got to honor that. And so that's, which I think is a wonderful thing. We use sheep herders. It's evolved too, the sheep business. We started out with Basques, like my dad, which he was. And there were a lot of Basque sheep herders around in the western United States, from California, Nevada, Idaho, parts of Oregon, parts of Wyoming, Utah, parts of Utah. And we evolved out of them probably in about the mid-60s. When things got better in Spain, they started staying home instead of coming here. And then we went to, we tried Castilians from Spain. They didn't work out too hot. We got mainly Peruvians, and they've been pretty good boys for the most part. They're just like anybody. They're as good as you make them. And there's some guys that just aren't cut out to do this kind of work. They're town boys, city boys, and the best ones are definitely the country boys that come from the big, they call them estancias in Peru, big ranches. They work for somebody else, but they know what the routine is, and it's a better way for them to advance themselves. This way they can buy a little bit of property and a few sheep or cows and build a house and enrich their lives with 3 or 4 contracts here in the United States. He worked 4 years for his, like I say, for his cousin in Utah. Then he met my mom, and they got married in, I think, 1941. He worked in a copper mine for a few years and almost got killed several times. A big open pit copper mine in what they call Bingham Canyon in Utah, Kennecott now, big mine. It was very dangerous work. My mom made him leave, and then there was an opportunity to come to Idaho. There was a Basque boarding house available, and my mother was always one that liked to work, and running a boarding house is hard work because you cook 3 meals for these old sheep herders and that, and they'd stay there, the old retired herders, and even new guys looking for other employment. That was kind of a center in the Basque culture. And we moved to Rupert, Idaho in 1953 when I was 4 years old, because that's where he found a lambing facilities, which is barns and corrals and whatnot, so we could lamb the sheep in the winter from January through the 1st of April. And then there's a desert out there, we call it a desert, but grazing land, Bureau of Land Management. That's a good country for the spring, and it was nearby, and he went, he got some of that, and we brought the sheep here to Lava Hot Springs for the summer, from May until about the 1st of November. We would stay here in the hills and in the foothills, and ship our lambs like we did today in August, and round and around we go. And we truck our sheep up here. We put them on truck an awful lot because there are getting to be a lot more people and population, and it's more congested. And we truck them that way. We put them on early in the morning on the trucks, and they're up on the mountain by noon at the worst. And that works a lot better for everything. It's a little more expensive, but I think you probably gain in the long run because you don't stress the animals.
Quick that they're too small?
It's just a quick judgment. It's just experience. Yeah, it's a not instantaneous, but it's a couple of seconds. You make a decision.
Do you ever let one go that you wanted to not let go? Put over there, like go through?
On occasion, yeah, but she's my safety valve. I'll yell at her, stop. Come and eat. Smile for the camera. Okay. Puerta para acá. Sí. La lona. Trae la lona. I'm going to count these right now before we get too carried away, so we know what we
got. What are you counting now?
Just to be sure we're on target.
And those are the ewes, and these guys are...
These are the good ewes, and these are lambs, the ewe lambs and the cull ewes, the ewes that I was sorting the other day. Those ewes that they're not going to be anymore here.
Oh, too old?
They're too old and wore out, no teeth.
Oh.
Bad udders, bad bags. We call them bags.
Okay.
You've heard a term an old lady called an old bags? Well...
That's why. Oh, geez. Sorry, old bags. It's just your time.
After we get done loading the lambs on the trucks, then we all go over to the pickup and we have a nice little early lunch at about 8:30 in the morning. And everybody kind of relaxes and just kind of winds down from the 2 hours or 2.5 hours that we worked in the morning pretty vigorously. And then after that, we call our ewes, which means we go through all of the mothers, the ewes, and we determine which ones are kind of past their age of productivity. different earmarks from different outfits. See these earmarks? That little earmark got two little notches.
Yeah.
This one here split.
Oh.
They were done when they were, their tails were cut off when they were little. When they were about like a month old. That's when we castrate them and they give them the earmarks. But these are from Wyoming, and in Wyoming, different than Idaho, the earmark counts. Counts by that meaning it's the identification. You could take that to court and win. If it was your sheep and somebody had a bunch of them, and he claimed they were his, you can get your sheep back.
And then, Kara, each band is branded a different color.
That one.
Oh.
We have two distinct brands. See on my pickup, I'll show you. I have them on my... Our brand is, they're registered. You have it registered. It's by the state recognized. I could take that to court and get my sheep back if somebody didn't want to.
There's a
Give
whole
them back.
big brand book for.
A bar
Oh.
and an M. That's a...
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Over there.
Yeah, there is.
And right there.
Yeah, I'm right behind you. Good, Sia. You'd be a good firefighter.
This looks like a very hot activity.
Yeah, he's back burning it because they put
yeah,
a pot
petite.
there and warm the paint.
I'm going to burn that a little bit more just to get rid of any possibilities.
Makes you want to go back and go in the hot springs, huh?
Nada.
I like it. I get a toe on this day. Let's go fire.
Get out of the way, honey. Your head's in the way, Sia.
Oh no, actually she's okay.
Come over here, sweetie.
The grass is on.
He's gonna get out.
Over there, especially.
Shovel would be greedy.
Woo! That was a great dance. Is that a basque dance you just did?
Yeah, it was.
Want to come over here, sweetie, or stay there?
How do you do that?
This is gonna be the.
I want to get it.
So you can tell it's kind of cold still. See how it's kind of cloudy? It's still a little cold.
Can I? Is it a waddle gun?
No. This is medicine for the sheep so they don't get sick tummies. Let go of your stick for 1 sec.
Can you hold it?
Bless you.
Okay, good. And then I'm going to just shake it in there. Okay, put the lid. Thanks, little. Can I borrow it, sweetie?
They don't really have anywhere to go.
Yeah, they do that there. Aren't there some, isn't there space up front, sweetie?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's get them going.
It's a beautiful view. My God, look at that thing. Can you believe that?
Pretty good.
Kara was asking about how old they are.
Yeah.
No? This one here is probably about 4 years old.
About how long?
And she weighs probably
Big.
250?
close to, I was going to say 260, 270.
About how long do they last?
Average here in Idaho, 8 years. In Wyoming and that where it's a little bit tougher, about 5 to 6. Nevada, they wear their teeth out. See, these teeth here would be worn right down to nubbins. This is an old ewe, by the way. So branded with a paint brand. We don't use it with sheep. You don't use a hot brand, hot iron. We use a paint brand that scours out of the wool. That we sell our wool to Pendleton Woolen Mills, and they require that we use scourable paint. And the paint is just different colors. But this band we did, the last 3 bands we've done, it's been red. Our brand is 22, so it's a registered Idaho brand. You didn't hear that, did you, Kara?
No volume at all in this thing.
Ok. Puerta para acá. Sí. La lona. Trae la lona.